Here's my preview of the Baylor versus Kansas State women's volleyball game and explain the importance of this game. You have to win this game in order to give yourself the highest RPIs possible. I mean, especially when the next day is selection day for the NCAA tournament. And you want to be a top 16 seed if possible. So you got to take care of business here. In the Big 12 standings right now, Texas, of course, is 15-1 in the conference, 22-1 overall as of right now. Granted, some teams haven't played their 16 games yet in conference. I mean, like for us, for example, like we're 10. I'm in 11-4 in the Big 12, 22-6 overall. TCU is 10-5 in Big 12, 15-10 overall. But Iowa State is 10-6 overall in the Big 12, but 19-11 overall. Kansas is at 8-7 in the Big 12, 18-9 overall. Kansas State currently is 6-9 in the Big 12, 15-13 overall. Oklahoma is 5-10 in the Big 12, 15-12 overall. Texas Tech is 4-11 in the Big 12, 15-13 overall. And West Virginia is 0-16, 7-22 overall. And out of all those teams, it seems like to me that the top six could very well make the NCAA tournament, but for the Big 12, I would say. But I'm just going to double check real fast. It shouldn't take long because once you get to the RPI, you're there. And I'm not going to go over the roster for Kansas State again. By the way, I'm going to just go over the numbers and I'll just put the roster in the description below, and I might as well do the stats too. It's up to date, and they just beat Texas Tech 3-2. I know Kansas State right now in RPI is 81, so let's have a look. Yeah, Kansas RPI is number 23, actually. Yeah, they're going to be in. They're safe. Now, as for Kansas State, some players to keep an eye on are number 2, Aaliyah Carter. I know she's only played 82 sets, but 233 kills on 783 attempts with 127 errors. 13 service aces. Wait a minute, that's not right. 13 assists, 20 service aces, 37 service errors, 22 receiving errors, 31 out of 391 attempts, 127 kills, 4 solo blocks, 32 assisted, 5 blocking errors. Okay, Molly Ramsey, number 3, has 1 kill on 5 attempts, 13 assists, 44 out of 44 attempts, 20 service aces, 15 service errors, 10 receiving errors, 188 digs, 1 ball handling error. Okay. The next player is KD Fernholz, number 4, 183 kills on 476 attempts with 56 errors, 6 assists, 2 service errors, 1 receiving error, 42 digs, but 108 blocks, which 95 of those are assisted, 3 blocking errors. Lauren Hinkle is another player to keep an eye on. 21 kills on 91 attempts with 14 errors, but 981 assists though. That's the most on the team by far. 34 service aces, 45 service errors. $205 digs, 57 blocks. 2 of those are solo. 8 blocking errors. No. That's not. Okay. Yeah, 8 blocking errors, 17 ball handling errors. Okay. Shaylee Myers is number 14. 213 kills on 580 attempts with 53 errors. 6 assists, 29 attempted. 12 service aces, 27 service errors. 17 receiving errors, 86 digs, 30 blocks, but 28 of those are assisted for blocking errors. Elena Baca, number 15, 302 kills on 121 attempts. 121 errors on 886 attempts, 25 assists, 30 service aces, 51 service errors, 36 receiving errors, 249 digs, 39 blocks total, but 33 of those are assisted. Granted, 5 blocking errors. Sydney Bolding, number 16, 204 kills on 481 attempts with 49 errors, 4 assists, 38 service aces, 21 service errors. Okay, 56 digs on the year, 139 blocks, which 132 of those are assisted. She's their blocking machine, basically. 10 blocking errors. Haley Warner, number 17, 157 kills on 424 attempts with 102 errors. 5 assists, 2 service aces, 2 service errors, 3 receiving errors, 88 blocks, but 85 of those are assisted, and 10 blocking errors. And the last player to mention is Mackenzie Morris. No kills on 4 attempts with 1 error, 72 assists, 72 of those, 21 service aces, 37 service errors, 25 receiving errors, 491 digs, which is the most on the team, and 1 ball handling error. So, like I said before, you need to take care of business here. First of all, you don't want to flirt with disaster or not being a top 16 seed for the NCAA tournament, because that's in play right now. Second, you need to finish strong and not have like 3 losses out of your last 4. And last time you defeated them 3-0, I believe. Uh, 3-1. So yeah. So you gotta limit your errors across the board. You gotta get more digs than the other team if possible, and just withstand their runs at times. You gotta stay focused. You gotta have good passing. You gotta finish points off quick with kills on your end and not on their end. Like I said before, you gotta limit your errors across the board, because you don't want to give some teams those points here, like attack errors. Like, I know, for example, and you're coming off of a loss, but 3-1 loss to number 1 Texas, but 2 of those sets were 25-23. How much closer can you get? So, you just gotta find a way to put that behind you and learn from it as a team and play better. That's the truth. And I know that one of those points for in Texas in 25-23 was an attacking error that went out straight out of bounds. So, yeah, you can't have that here. You can't mess around. You don't want to mess around. And thank goodness you're playing at home and not on the road. That's the good news. You're playing at home, and this is your senior day. You got to send those seniors out right. And it sounds like, of course, we already know Mallory Talbert's gone after this year. She's a grad student, that's it. A grad transfer from A&M. From what I read, it seems like Karen McGee might be gone too. So, but Lauren Harrison, I have no idea. So, we'll have to wait and see because I know her boyfriend is John Chomwa Chachua, as in the player who tore his ACL in a men's basketball game against Texas, and he's still recovering. So she might still be here, but we'll have to wait and see. So you don't want to leave a bitter taste in their mouths on their senior day. You got to protect home court here. I mean, you got to get some aces in the match. Service aces if possible, just to avoid rallies with teams. Of course, you got to do a good job blocking and try to make them get in their head on where should they put the ball, where should they put it. I mean, make them go too much in one direction and it goes straight out of bounds, or way over their head and it's out of bounds. So, anyways, I just want to go over those stats for Kansas State, and I know they have they're not an NCAA tournament team by any means because their RPI is so low and it's likely not. But don't flirt with them. You got to find a way to put them away as early as possible so then you could just relax and after the match and prepare for the NCAA tournament. Because we're going to go in, get in. It's a matter of, are we a top 16 seed or are we going to be having to go on the road somewhere? And let's try to win this match here to for sure get our RPI up. And I know the Big 12 right now is the best RPI in the entire country. So that helps. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get to 400 subscribers and more by the end of this year or sometime in the future.